Hello, Panther Cubs. Today is Tuesday. Oops, this is not Monday. It's Tuesday of week 20. Okay. I'm going to read all the questions out loud, and then if you haven't finished the work, go back and do the work. Number 1, what is 76,928 rounded to the nearest hundred? Number 3, write the mixed number and improper fraction for the model shown. Number 4, Ava and Delaney were making cookies for the bake sale. They both made 18 cookies. If they are selling cookies in bags of 3, how many bags will they need? And I have a typo in there that shouldn't be W-H-E-R-E, it should be W-E-R-E. Okay, so number 1. If you haven't done the work, including the UPSC, pause the video. If you have finished, let's continue on. 76,928. And I want to know, rounded to the nearest hundred. So I'm going to put my HTOs so that I know which is the hundreds place. So I see there that it is the hundreds is the 9. So that tells me I'm thinking about 928. So 928, that tells me 900 over here. And then 1,000. So if I add 1,000 to this, it's going to be 7,000. We have to put the 7 back on front. Okay. Because if I add another 100 to the 9, 900, 1,000. So I need to go over here to the thousands column. That's how I got that 7. Okay. Move to the right and circle it. 2. 2 is a red number, so my answer is 76,900. Okay. Number 2, I'm going to trust that you can do addition. At this point, we should all be able to add 2 numbers together correctly. Please make sure you're careful with your facts and your carrying, your regrouping. Okay. Number 3. All right, it's a little bit hard on there to see, but it's not too bad. Okay, I need the mixed number and improper fraction. So I'm going to draw it on my whiteboard just so that it's a little bit easier for us to see and deal with. I know those are not all equal, but we're going to be pretending. And then I have this whole thing shaded, this whole thing shaded. And then in this one, I'm missing one piece. Okay. So first of all, I have to think about what is a mixed number, what's an improper fraction. Well, before I start, I'm going to label. Every time you see pictures of fractions, you should label what the fraction is. So I see 5 orange pieces out of 5 pieces in all. I see 5 orange pieces out of 5 pieces in all. And I see 4 orange pieces out of 5 pieces in all. So I'm going to start with my mixed numbers. So my mixed numbers are how many whole circles colored in do I see, where I don't see any white. So this is a whole circle, because there's no white, it's 5/5. This is a whole circle, because there's no white, 5/5. So I have 2 wholes. And then my extra fraction here is 4/5. So 2 and 4/5. And we're going to say that's equal to, okay, we did our wholes. So for the improper, we just need to add them together. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 4 more is 14 yellow piece or orange pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And my denominator doesn't change. It's fifths, it's fifths, it's fifths, it's fifths. So my denominator is fifths. So our answer is 2 and 4/5 is my mixed number equals 14/5, which is my improper. Okay, so when you're doing mixed numbers, you figure out how many wholes, how many of your fractions are equal to one whole, and then what's your extra. Improper, just add them all together. And remember, denominator doesn't change. That you won't get into anything different than that until next year in 4th grade. Okay, and number 4. Ava and Delaney were baking cookies for the bake sale. Okay, anything there that I need in my UPSC? Okay, no, probably not, because I don't really care if they're baking them for the bake sale or if they're baking them to eat or whatever. Doesn't matter. Second sentence, they both made 18 cookies. So Ava made 18. That's what they both mean, and Delaney made 18. So when it says they both made 18, it means that each of them made 18. Okay. If they are selling cookies in bags of 3, so I'm putting them in bags of 3. I could also say, another way to say that is I put 3 in a bag. Okay, so if I'm selling them in bags of 3, that means my bag has 3 in it. And then the last part says, how many bags will they need? So I want to know how many bags. Okay. And this is a little confusing. I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I'm going to make a picture or draw a picture in my brain to help me visualize what's happening here so that I can figure out what operation I need to do. So I'm going to start with Ava, and I know that she has 18 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I know that Delaney has 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so that takes care of those 2 pieces of information. And you remember how before I've told you anytime they have the same label, we can add them together. So a label of made and made, so I can do A plus D to figure out how many were made in all. So step 1, we're going to add A plus D to figure out how many cookies they have in all. Now the next part is that they put 3 in a bag. So I'm going to group them in, I'm going to put them in bags. Here's 1 bag of 3, 2 bags of 3, 3 bags of 3, and so forth. So what operation is that if I'm grouping them into 3s? Well, I know it's not addition or multiplication because I'm not making a bigger number. I'm not really taking away anything. But so the only thing left is division. Division means to split or to group equally. And is that what I'm doing when I'm grouping or when I'm putting the cookies in bags? Am I splitting it into groups? I'm splitting it into groups of 3, yeah. So our second step is to divide our answer divided by 3. Okay. So first, A plus D, 18 plus 18. 8 plus 8 is 6, or 16, so 36. Now, I'm going to do 36 divided by 3. And I'm going to come over here and put that information in. So 36 is my total. Divided by 3 in each group. I want to know how many groups. So what times 3 equals 36? Or you could just continue looking at the picture, okay? Grouping them in groups of 3. Okay, so that's essentially the same thing as going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so forth until you get to 36. This is another way you can do that, okay? You could solve this a different way, and you could do 18 divided by 3. You could do Ava 18 cookies divided by 3, Delaney's 18 cookies divided by 3, and then add. That's another way you could solve it. So there are multiple ways you could solve it to get your final answer. Okay, use whatever strategy you like for the division, and then we're going to check it with the inverse operation. So based on what strategy you use, you're going to check it with the opposite. Okay, all right, put this in your math folder so you know where it is for tomorrow. And if you're done early, we should be doing centers today, so if you're done early, I would like you working on IXL. Anything in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade that has a star next to it and says fractions. Okay, so that's W's in 2nd grade. In 3rd grade, it's WXY maybe. And then in 4th grade, it's the P's and maybe Q's. I'm not 100% sure. So anything that's starred in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade that says fractions.